Hi, welcome. Today we're going to start off with talking about gravity and why you should let it win, but slowly. And then do the same thing on the other. Oh boy, does that suck. Then I'm going to show you 2 great exercises to torture yourself with, specifically your quads. Constantly keeping tension on my muscles, and oh boy, does that suck. Third, we're going to talk about a farmer's carry and what you might be doing incorrect with that exercise and how to get more out of it. If you were to try this, I guarantee you feel the difference. And last, and again, probably most important, I think I can beat you in a stare down. Stick around to the end. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's talk about overload eccentrics, or negatives is a very common term for it. Basically, we're taking advantage of the strength curve wherein that muscles are stronger eccentrically when they lengthen than they are concentrically when they shorten. For example, I'm going to show you a tricep press down here. For my tricep press down concentrically, I can't really move that way down. There's a good 100 pounds on there right now. But eccentrically, meaning when my tricep is lengthening, my thumb is coming back up, I can resist that weight. Not easily, but I can resist it and get the benefit of this movement, probably up to about 10 reps. That brings me to my next point. The rep and weight combination you want is probably somewhere less than 10 reps. There's nothing wrong with going above that. Maybe if you can do 15 reps and then you switch to cheat negatives, yes, you get a benefit from that. But if your goal is really to build muscle or strength and you're only doing the negative portion of this movement, you want to pick a weight where if you can do it more than 10 times negatively, you probably are not picking a heavy enough weight. You need to go up that weight 10, 15 pounds where it gets you less than 10 reps before you got to stop because eccentrically, it's just slamming up and you can't control it anymore. Let me show you one other exercise I love to do this with. All right, so here's the other overload eccentric exercise, the single leg overload eccentric leg press. First things first, if you want to emphasize quads, legs a little bit lower. If you want to get more out of your glutes, legs a little bit higher. I'm going to focus on quads here, so my legs are going to be a little bit lower. I got to make sure I have a challenging weight on there that, again, I can't do concentrically. I can only resist it slowly on the way down. So here's how you'll do that. 2 legs to push it up. Remove the guards. I'm going to get my other foot. My left leg is not doing the work here. I'm going to keep it down right down here. And I'm going to lower this one all the way down until my toe touches, and then use both legs to press it up. Slowly resist it all the way down, and then leg number 2 helps. Again, you're going to want to pick a very challenging weight, but still have complete control. You'll do it on one side, and then do the same thing on the other. Oh boy, does that suck. So this fun way to torture yourself we'll call a foam roller hack squat. Essentially what this is doing is allowing me to stay more vertical, which is creating a longer lever at the femur, putting a lot more load on my quads. My quads work a whole lot harder with this one. One other added thing you can do to make this suck a lot more is doing stretch partials, meaning I'm only going to go halfway up, maybe 3/4 of the way up, but I'm going all the way down every time. Here's what that looks like. I'm going to squat down, pick up my weights, and I'm going to stand up only a little bit before I go all the way back down, never fully extending my knee, constantly keeping tension on my muscles. And oh boy, does that suck. One other suggestion, having weights off to your sides like this loads you differently, I think better than a goblet squat position. So with the weight up here, obviously it's less weight. If I were to hold the equivalent with 1 dumbbell, yes, I have the same weight on me, but the distribution of the weight is a lot different and a lot more intense when it's down next to your hips. So lightweight goes a long way with this exercise. Give that torture a try. All right, so our other leg exercise that will torture your quads is a KOT, knee over T squat, or Sissy squat, some people call it. This is a very advanced exercise. I'm going to give you different levels of difficulty to make it more manageable, but again, very advanced exercise. Ultimately, the goal is to get your knee as far past your toe as you can while flexing your knee to stretch your quad as much as possible. And then very slowly, I'm going to push my knees forward, lifting my heels, trying to keep a straight line from my head down to my knees. And then if you have the ability, you'll push straight back up from there. That is not easy at all. A way to regress that might be lower all the way down eccentrically because we're stronger. Then I'll rock back to my toes or keep my feet flat and press up from there. That is probably my main way to do it. I'll put up maybe 25 on each side and get myself near 95 pounds, all the way down, rock back onto your heels and press up from there. 1/3 level of regression might be a squat down. Once I get to the bottom, I will dip my knees over my toes, stretch my quads, return back to squat position, and then press back up. Either way, you're getting very big range of motion, a very big stretch on your quads, and it's an awesome exercise. Let's talk about a farmer's carry. You might also call this a suitcase carry. It doesn't really matter. Ultimately, the intention of the exercise is the same. We are dynamically trying to stabilize our spine while we walk. So here's a few things that I see that could be done better by a lot of people. Number one is walking too slow. And I get the intention of wanting more time under tension, and that works great for grip strength and great for your shoulder, and to an extent, great for your spine stabilizers. But you'll notice if you try to speed things up and you go to a mall walk or a power walk, probably not a run, but if you walk fast with intention, you're gonna feel your QL and your obliques work a whole lot harder. So here's what I mean. Walking slowly might look something like, and what that does, if I get too lazy, I'm gonna feel my hips drop. This is an exaggeration, but you get lazy with the hips, you're not getting as much stabilizing out of the spine. Yes, you stop yourself from bending, so it is doing something, but if you were to try this, I guarantee you feel the difference. I'm talking a power walk, like you got somewhere to be, walk tall, head high, back straight, you're gonna get a whole lot more out of that exercise. So move with a purpose, and you feel a whole lot more from those obliques. Second thing, I should pick that back up. I think people pick too heavy of weights oftentimes. If the weight is touching your side, rubbing up against you, you're leaning to counter the weight, your arm is rubbing up against your side, it's probably too heavy, unless you can still actively pull the weight off of your side, your arm off of your side. You can retract your shoulder and maintain good spine position while doing the exercise, while walking fast. You're gonna get a whole lot more out of it. So give that a go. A lightweight might humble you with this one. All right, well, there you have it. We went over 2 great quad exercises to torture yourself with. They are tough and they might feel like torture. We went over a farmer's carry and how you should walk faster to get the benefits from it. We covered overload eccentrics, basically where we're pushing our muscles harder on the way down because we're stronger on the way down. But now, here we have it, the most important part of this video, the stare down. Time to get serious. Take your last blink. 3, 2, 1, go. I think the air up here is a little drier than normal, or there's a wind in my eyes. Oh my God! Wow. Oh, that was abysmal. Oh. Have a good day.